With Mark Ziegler of the Union Tribune, we were talking about the NBA Scouting Combine, which people could have watched last week from Chicago. It was on television on Thursday and Friday. It was early, too, like 7 o'clock in the morning. But they are showing a lot of these replays, and I caught the point guards in action last night. Was thrilled when we found out that Xavier Thames was invited to go to Chicago for the Scouting Combine, and here he is now, formerly, and it's weird to say that, formerly of San Diego State, Xavier Thames back on San Diego Sports Leader, the Mighty 1090. Xavier, good to talk to you. Darren Smith, thank you very much for the time.
Thank you. Thanks for guys for having me.
Does that sound weird to say, former Aztec? I know once an Aztec, always an Aztec, but that sounds a little weird to say. Does it sound weird to hear?
Yeah, it's a little weird. You know, when I heard you say that, it's kind of weird, but got to get used to it now.
I guess so. Well, it sounds like you've been busy since the end of the season, huh?
Yeah, a little busy. Just traveling a whole lot. Just got back from Chicago and L.A., so I'm back here in San Diego moving my stuff. So just a little bit busy.
I would say so. Well, how did it go? Everybody, more people, I shouldn't say everybody, more people listening to this, X, are familiar with the NFL Scouting Combine than the NBA Scouting Combine. So give us an idea how it works, how you get involved with that, how you get invited to that.
Oh, well, the NBA Combine is totally different than the NFL. So I know the NFL, all the guys got to work out at the NFL. But for here, for the NBA Combine, it was 60 people got invited. You know, I was just blessed and fortunate, enough to get invited. And then we go through the whole interview process and workout process. So that's really basically it. You know, it's a lot of meetings and different things like that, but nothing too major. Do some drills here and there, and you see guys that you played against, so you just watch play. You know, it's kind of weird seeing everybody at one place. That's good. So I was just blessed and fortunate enough to be in that situation.
How do you get invited to that? I mean, is it random? I mean, did you have any idea, or can does your agent go out and say, hey, you got to invite my guy there. He's a pretty good player.
Actually, the teams vote. The GMs and scouting services vote on a player, and you got to get the amount of votes, to get in there. So I think that's how it went along.
So the NBA GMs wanted to see Xavier Thames.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah, I mean, you just said that. I mean, they are the ones that vote. They must want to take a good long look at you.
Yeah, they do. But I don't like saying that. I don't want to sound cocky or nothing like that.
Okay, well, I'll say it on your behalf. I should be your agent while we're at it. Now, did you notice, during the Aztec basketball season, how aware were you at the time as you're going through the season that people were paying attention to you on the basketball court? And I don't mean people like us, I mean people like general managers and scouts.
A little bit, but I try not to focus on that. But I knew, teams are coming to watch us play, coming to the games and different things like that. But I never really thought about it like that, because I can mess up the game. I was just focusing on, each and every game and my teammates. But I kind of had a general idea, but when people told me, but I didn't want to get too involved with that. I was just focused on the game and just trying to go out there and win for my teammates and coaching staff.
We're talking to Xavier Thames, San Diego Sports Leader. It's the Mighty 1090. How do you prepare for the Scouting Combine?
I was working on an Impact in Las Vegas, with Joe Boomazar and Drew. And, they just get you ready for the Combine. The exact same stuff we did at the Combines, but I was doing in Vegas and Impact, so I kind of had an idea, what I was going to go through, so that really helped me a lot.
All the drills that we saw, that's the kind of thing?
Yeah, all the drills that we did, and all the dribbling and everything. We went through the whole thing, the 3-on-2, 2-on-1. We did that in Las Vegas, and we did it in Chicago. So we did everything, that I had done in Las Vegas and Chicago.
So basketball really, as much as you dealt with it and juggling basketball and schoolwork in your final semester here at San Diego State, it became a full-time job for you to prepare for the Scouting Combine?
Yeah, it was a full-time job. It was crazy, just going back and forth and working out and getting ready for the Combine. It was just, like you said, it was a full-time job.
How many hours a day are you working on your game?
Oh, man. We had 3 days. We go in the morning, and then, we shoot and we play for about, hour and a half, 2 hours, and we get a little break, and then we go lift for about an hour, and then we get like a 3-hour break in between, and we come back for more shooting. So that's the day right there, and then after that, you just want to go home and eat and rest.
I would think so. Now you are put into the same category as the other point guards who played in college basketball last season, and you kind of had as you know, and as Aztec fans know, you kind of had a hybrid role there where you were bringing the ball up the court, but you were counted on to score a lot. So how did you deal with that when you get there in terms of being a true point guard when you were also asked to score so much here for San Diego State?
I could do both. Whatever. I felt like this year's team, needed me to score a little more. Was getting at the next level. You playing with guys, I can shoot and I can do different things. So I could most definitely get in the lane and find people, especially with my size. I'm a lot taller than most guards, point guards as well. So I just got to adjust. Every game. I mean, every level is an adjustment. Coming from high school to college and now going, if I'm fortunate enough to play in the NBA, college to the NBA. So just an adjustment, and I think I'll be okay.
What kind of feedback did you get?
Well, I did pretty good. I shot the ball real well. I think I shot the best there, if I'm not mistaken. So I did pretty well. So right now, I'm just doing good right now. That's what my agent is telling me. So I got to keep working. Just keep on working hard.
How competitive are you when you're around the other point guards there? You're around Shabazz Napier, and you're around Ennis. You're around some of these guys that a lot of people know that are on national television all the time. How competitive are you in that environment with them?
Well, it's real competitive, but, those guys, they didn't have to work out because they're guaranteed first-round picks, so we didn't get the chance, to work out, against those guys. But just hanging around those guys, it was great. It was great. Getting a chance to know everybody like Ennis, Shabazz, and Smart, and Russ Smith. You see all these guys on TV, and they actually, they know about us as well. So it was a good feeling.
So as much as people sometimes make it out that, the Aztecs are off the national radar and nobody really knows, in that environment, they know exactly who Xavier Thames is.
Yeah, it was crazy. I didn't think nobody really knew who I was, me being on the West Coast, and our games were just so late, so. But yeah, people knew about me and the team as well. They knew we had a good team. They knew our record and who we lost to in the tournament. So I was shocked as well. People knew who we were. They said they've been watching us. Russ Smith said he's been watching us the last 3 years. With Jamal and everybody. So it was crazy. I didn't think nobody really watched us like that.
Russ Smith said that.
Yeah. Yeah.
God, good for you guys. I mean, it tells us a little something, too, about how much you guys are actually on the radar screen nationally. Who did you look to for advice? I mean, besides your agent, obviously, you've got a great resource in Coach Fisher. You've played with a couple guys, Kauai, and how big of a star he's become. Jamal just went through it a year ago. Who'd you turn to, and did you seek anybody out for advice on the whole combine experience and the pre-draft experience?
I talked to Jamal, and I talked to Kauai a little bit, but more Jamal and Coach Fisher. I talked to them the most. I talked to Jamal every day. I was just asking him questions, because he went through the whole process, like you said, last year. He knew, what everything was going to be like. So if I had a question, I just called him, asked him, like, how long are we going to be here? How long are we going to do this? And he was right on everything. So when I wanted to talk to somebody, I just gave Jamal a call.
So, X, if we talk to you in about 6-9 months, I mean, where do you think we'll find you? I don't mean specifically what city, but I mean, what do you think you'll be doing? You're going to be playing professional basketball, right? Is there any doubt in your mind about that?
Yeah, I'll be playing professional somewhere, whether it's here in the United States or, overseas. That's the plan. So I will, be playing basketball somewhere. Hopefully, if everything, works out well, if I don't, knock on wood, don't get injured or anything like that. But, I will be playing somewhere.
Well, good for you. Well, now that you're done with college, can you call up Kauai and say, hey, how about a pair of tickets to go watch you guys play in the conference finals?
I wish, man. My schedule is so busy. I would love to go watch them play, but, I might have to, if they make it to the finals, I might have to give them a call.
Yeah, what do you think? That series, is it over?
Yeah, I think it's over. I think they go winning 5.
He's become such a big star, man. Could you have ever imagined that when you were around him? I know it was a limited time there, but, I mean, gosh, could people imagine what kind of star he's become in this league?
I mean, we did. I don't think, a lot of people outside, the locker room and stuff knew how good
Do you think he did?
No, I think he did as well. Kawhi's in the gym all day, every day. And we've seen that. Everybody's seen it. So, I don't know. We're not surprised. I know he for sure not surprised as well. So, I know a lot of people on the outside, like, man, I didn't think he could do this. But when you see all the hard work that he put in, over the years here, and then, when he got to the next level, he was still putting in that work. So, I'm not surprised at all, and he's not surprised either.
Well, X, good luck to you. It was great to see you last week while working out on that national stage, having people talking about you, your game. Best of luck. We'll be following along. People can follow Xavier on Twitter at XThames2. We will talk to you soon, X. Thanks for the time.
No problem. Thank you guys for having me.
I appreciate it. Xavier Thames, who was at the NBA Scouting Combine a week ago. And, again, I saw that list come out about, a week or so before, and I said to myself, man, good for X.